guys with quite a background, quite a bit of rivalry. Duke it out here, Terran versus Zerg on the map. Metalopolis here at the MLG. Wow. That sound good?
That was a really good lead-in.
Thank you.
You know what is pretty awesome?
What?
Not waiting for the Korean commentators.
Yes. At GSL.
Wearing the daddy pants, Tasteless.
Wearing the daddy pants here at the MLG. So, our first player down here in the bottom center, he did play random for quite a while, then switched to Zerg. Now he's Terran. Very diverse player, very creative. He is Liquid TLO. TLO standing for the little one. Apparently he had an older brother who was named the big one.
Yeah.
And I'm totally serious. That's the cutest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, man. They were actually a 2 versus 2 team and stuff. He's a pretty good gamer himself.
And now, in the other starting location, fairly close to his opponent by air, we have one of the most infamous Korean Zergs out there. He's very deadly, very unique style coming from him. And, you know, he's here. He could take this whole thing. He's Losira.
Yeah, you know, this guy is one of my picks to go super deep, perhaps even win the tournament. He's got a very hard style to prepare for, and I am just looking so forward to see, can TLO actually battle Losira still? He beat him last time they met, man. It was a long time ago, though. A lot has changed since then.
About the people that watch the show, always so friendly, so sweet.
Indeed, Tasteless, indeed.
Those
and by
fans
the way,
are hard to beat.
Oh, Tasteless. I just want to remind you guys, before this game picks up too much, get on Twitter.
Yeah.
Hashtag MLG.
That's right.
That's shift and 3 and then MLG, and then just type whatever you want, because we want everyone to be talking about this tournament. We want to get it trending. If we can trend at 4 a.m. off of live viewers in the GSL,
yeah,
we should be able to do the MLG as well. Let's move esports forward, and let's get that done.
Do it for esports. Do it for Starcraft. Do it for Artosis and myself. Do it for Tastosis.
If you won't do us that favor, man, you're not a very good friend.
I mean, you're not a bro, dude.
Yeah.
No, man.
So this Overlord being chased out does not look like it will end up dying. TLO tried his hardest micro in that Marine, but it does, in fact, get away. In the meantime, TLO making his factory does love Hellion openings. Losira, on the other hand, hatchery first, followed by speed. Very standard build.
Yeah, Losira playing it very safe. Remember, these guys do have a rivalry. It is, it's two players who are very creative. So, you know, we see that some of the wildest games you can expect from people like these guys of this caliber.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm like actually dying to see what TLO actually does with this. I think we're just going to see 4 Hellion Harass in command. Yeah, there you go. Well, command into 4 Hellion Harass. Same thing, basically.
Same thing.
He's going to make a bunch of Hellions, go down, harass his opponent. Force, you know, maybe a Spine Crawler, maybe some Zerglings. Well, definitely some Zerglings. You know, make the Queens run around and try to block him. And he's even going to get a Tech Lab, so it looks like he'll switch into Marine Siege Tank after he gets his Hellions out.
Yeah, that seems to be the case so far. And by the way, we always get asked this every once in a while. Why is there a neutral depot down here? That's so the Terran can't do the easy wall on with a barracks and a depot.
Not only that,
2 buildings, yeah.
But it prevents pylon wall-ins against
Exactly.
Zerg. They go hatchery first, and that's not there. 3 pylons and a cannon, and bam! Protoss is ahead.
The Zerg knows that the Hellions are coming. Is he prepared, though?
Well,
Queen
speed
going
is
to the ramp.
almost done. He's got 10 lings on the way, Tasteless. He's got some queens. He's got some queenage going on. And, yeah, it's going to be exactly 4 Hellions, and TLO getting ready to switch his tech up a little bit. Going to something very safe. It's a very good build opening by TLO. And look at this, a lot of speedlings running out.
Might be able to surround that Hellion.
1 Hellion will, in fact, go down. Losira, ooh, nice micro by TLO right there.
Look at that control, back and forth, juking and jiving. And he definitely came out on top there. Took out a lot of his opponent's Zerglings. Very impressive. And for the time being, I got to say, I think TLO's build is pretty good. We've seen TLO toy with mech. In this case, it looks like he's going to follow this up with a very quick push.
In fact,
two-base timing push.
Yeah. In fact, Tasteless, of course, he beat Losira the first time with quite a few mech units in there. And this is Speedlings trying to go here, but TLO, such good positioning, so many Zerglings going down, and Losira is in some serious trouble. Beautiful moves by TLO there, holding off a ridiculous amount of Zerglings.
Yeah, I mean, he really handled it quite well there. Had he missed microed even once, the ramifications for that would have been huge.
Those Zerglings clean up the Hellions a bit quicker. They kill everything else there, even a few SCVs. But instead, he lost all the Zerglings. Beautiful control by TLO. And suddenly, he doesn't have as many drones as he could. He doesn't have as many Zerglings as he did. And TLO is sitting pretty.
Meanwhile, Losira getting a Baneling's nest. He was already forced into making a lot of Zerglings, so he's trying to, you know, make lemonade with the lemons he was given in this game. You know, I totally made that expression up, Artosis.
Yeah, I know. It sounds like it.
It's totally original.
You know, Losira right now has a ridiculous amount of drones. He has 49 drones already against 31 SCVs. And this is so weird. It looks like he's going for high economy Baneling aggression, but against siege tanks, you normally don't want to do that. But against this that we're seeing right here, you probably do kind of want to do that. You know, he wants to have enough units to actually knock this out. Everything very weak to Banelings except for these 3 siege tanks, so
now,
it's all going to come down to that.
If these siege tanks get close enough and siege up, the Banelings are not going to have a lot of room to, you know, set up. They might not be able to get on the low ground. With the Hellions there, they can poke into them. It's going to be a pretty tricky situation here.
Banelings being made. He does see them, and in fact, snipes one off. He has stimmed, but doesn't do a whole lot with that stim, Tasteless.
No,
that is going to make those Marines a lot weaker. And
another stim.
Oh, I don't know if I even like that positioning, but the Banelings coming around, getting the Hellions, but not much else. And one siege tank does go down. Losira just in a world of hurt right now. The drone's coming out. When that happens, Tasteless, you know that you're in trouble as a Zerg.
Now he is sending some reinforcements here. Small number of Marines. The siege tank being repaired with these Losira. Almost appears to have fallen from a party.
Yeah.
What? He's like
normally
morphing a Baneling cocoon in front of a siege tank. That must be a misclick here.
And more Zerglings coming in, but does Losira have enough? It looks like he may, in fact, with all these drones. You know, he did make quite a few of those, and they do some damage at least, Tasteless. So he cleans it up, but the damage done hasn't been enough. You know, he didn't lose too many drones. In fact, he has 43 still, so net -6 drones from that. The Zerglings will clean up this little raiding party of TLO.
They chase him all the way back home, but I got to point out Losira is not being that efficient. You know, he's not. He's losing a lot of Zerglings.
He's lost so many Zerglings this game, but the one thing I would love to point out is, let's not forget, TLO brought a lot of SCVs with him, and Losira didn't lose that many drones. In fact, he's already back up to 50, 53 now. It just keeps at 54. I can't even complete my sentence.
Oh my goodness.
Losira is so rude, just keeps making drones. 55 drones now, and he... TLO, 39 SCVs, so Losira taking a 3rd base. He has the superior economy. He's getting his lair. And even though TLO seemed to do a good job there, Losira is a bit ahead. And this is what we were talking about, Tasteless. He is actually such a good player that even these scenarios, you see a normal Zerg in that scenario, you're like, oh, you know, I think he's going to be behind right here. But no, in fact, he's not.
He is now sending out more Hellions. This is to burn all the Banelings down. Zerg really pushing the creep tumors here. He wants to have those Banelings have as much maneuverability as possible.
And a lot of them do get up. There are so many creep tumors everywhere. And here TLO goes. This could be a very risky thing.
Yeah, this is very risky coming from TLO.
He does not have Blue Flame for those Hellions. But he does have quite a few Hellions, Stasis. And here he goes. He's going to want to back up. Some siege tanks can help out.
He needs to pick up. No, he doesn't. Don't listen to me, TLO.
Look at this. 4 Queens, Stasis. And I tell you one thing. What he wants right now is a creep tumor over here so he can actually engage with these Queens a bit better. But he is doing a good job. The Hellions are taking a decent amount of damage. And it looks like TLO has to kind of abandon the push for now. That medevac very low on health. And if he loses that, all the units there are dead.
Yeah, this is an interesting situation because, no, the main here, it's very big. It's quite a distance to try to push here. But it does make it much more difficult to realize. Bailey's a nice sniping with the Queen.
Beautiful sniper there. He does have some energy for some transfusions. More and more Zerglings coming in. That is a lot of Hellions with Siege Tank backup, though. And Baneling speed is done, Tasteless.
Here they come.
Rolling right in.
There's nowhere that they can go other than try to stay alive because there is no medevac to pick them up. But the Lone Wolf Hellion stays alive. Leave it to me. Leave it to me.
This one's mine.
Oh my God, he's gonna get out. Look at him go.
Oh wow.
Look at that Hellion
But
go.
as he gets out of there, they lose sight of the Queen and
We
oh
have
my
a major
God.
drop over here.
And
Then I was a little late on catching. Sorry about that. We have Hellions continuing to burn down the Zerglings. Brains moving in here. And I gotta say, as much damage that has occurred here, that drop is probably only out for maybe like 5 seconds or whatever. But you can see it's already done a ton of damage here. Now he's cleaned up everything else over here.
And TLO is now the one falling apart, Tasteless.
Yeah, no kidding.
19 SCVs against 72 drones. Losira taking a 4th base. He has insane creep spread. He has his Baneling speed. The +2 melee has just finished. He has a Spire upgrading. Oh man, I mean, he doesn't even have any mutas making yet, but he's upgrading on the Spire, so you know that there are a lot of mutas coming in. And against this unit composition, that is going to be just unbelievably strong, and we probably will see a GG as mutas start to pop out and do a little bit of harassment.
All right, he's stimming, scanning, cleaning up these creep tumors, but Losira already expanding at such a rapid and terrifying rate. Few Zerglings in here in the main, come down, attack the SCVs.
And every SCV kill at this point, Tasteless, is another nail in the coffin. Looks like he's going to go up here, but that is a lot of speed banes on creep.
And that's going to be a GG. He has to tap out. That was beautiful.
Yeah, it really was. Losira.
You know what he did? He banked Zerglings for long enough that eventually he just had enough where he could do a drop. It looked like it was going to be close there, as we were watching that battle occur, but then he just gathered up all the Zerglings, dropped in the main, because when you're pushing like that with Terran are not a very mobile race.
That's
They're
very
the least
true.
mobile race.
Especially when you're going siege tanks.
Oh yeah.
If you're going Marine Marauder, okay, you can kind of walk around, but when you're going siege tanks, you can do things like run the Zerglings around and do a counterattack.
Right.
You have to be so careful. So Losira dealt with that very well. I love how many drones he got just so quickly.
He handled it very well. Good crisis management like we've seen from MMA.
It truly was, because he actually finished off that first push with drones.
It's pretty crazy.
And he only lost like 6 drones in that. So that's actually very impressive by Losira.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. We got to go to a quick commercial in between each game. It'll be a very short one, though. And we're already here in game number 2, so I'll see you again soon.